Okay, so here's a quick video of the daily chores. Basically, it's just the pool and the animals are the two things. But here's the switch for turning on and off the pool filter. That's pretty much it for the pool. Um, Give it about 8 hours a day, I guess. So if you come out at 10 and turn it off at 6 at night, that works out good. 10's usually about 10 is when the animals get fed, and 6 is if Rosie goes out. That's when she comes back in, give or take. So that's probably a pretty good schedule. But anyway, whatever works. 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever. On the filter, not a big deal. This is the on-off switch. I believe up is on, but you'll hear it. You'll know the difference. The only thing with the pool is a little gauge down here. It should be around 10, 15, 20, whatever. If it's anything other than that, just turn the filter off and don't even worry about it. We'll take care of it when I come back. It'll be fine for a whole week without the filter on, I'm sure. But you're not going to have problems. It's fine. Let's see the animals. This is Rosie's area. So this is her water bucket on the right. That's where her hay goes, and this is her food over on the left. And these are some water jugs. And I think this one's empty and that one's empty. I'm not sure what's going on with those guys. This is their grain, Rosie's grain. If I go quickly to the next one, you'll see. So I usually give her like a half a scoop once in the morning, say 10, and another one at like 6 if she goes out. When she comes back in, she likes her grain in there. If she doesn't go out, then we just give her hay, and I'll show you that in a second. So the way to feed her is have your food all teed up. So have it like a half a scoop in your hand, have the scooper in your hand. And then open this door, dump it in, and then close that door. If you dilly-dally and look around for the food and all that, she's going to have her face out trying to pull that door shut, and she's pretty obnoxious. So if you just open it up, dump the food in, and close it, I think you'll find that works the best. Next one is the chicken food. You shouldn't have to deal with it, but if you do, that's where it is. So this is the chicken food, and it goes in that bottom up on the chicken coop there. You'll see a long tray. It's probably going to be full all week though. So I usually grab a handful of this once a day in the morning, and then next to it in this bucket is some cracked corn, and I throw a handful each out there for the chickens, and they like picking through that. Gives them something to do. And the rabbit food is on the far left, and that's it here. Again, it'll last a week, I'm pretty sure, with what I put in there, but if you need it, it's there. And just a scooper in there. The hay, I'm going to cut these. I didn't have a knife or my scissors out there, so I will have them when you get there. And I already have this one cut. If you need more, there's another bale over here. She only gets hay if she does not go out. If she goes out, she has plenty of fill, and so she does not need hay. Hay is just a fill. It doesn't really give them much nutrition, but it makes them feel full. So if she doesn't go out, just give her 2 slices. You'll see when you start picking this apart, there's some natural slices in there. Each slice is about an inch thick, maybe an inch and a half. So just give her 2, and then you just stick them in her door. So like in the evening at around 6 o'clock, if she didn't go out and you're going up to feed her at the end of the day, you can give her 2 slices. But if she did go out to the field, she does not need any hay. And that's where you stuff the hay in this door, and then just close that, and she'll take care of the rest. Obviously this is the gate. If you're going to go out there with the kids, I would recommend when you're both there, so that not that Rosie would ever do anything nasty or whatever. She's just clumsy. She's so big and gawky that she doesn't realize how big she is, and she could bump into, step on kids or whatever. So I would just recommend one watching the horse, one watching the kids, and then it'd be perfectly fine. She'll follow you around if you walk around out there and try to stick her face in your face, and it's like a big dog. No big deal. The other thing I didn't mention, I forgot to mention, was back here in the very beginning. I wouldn't go in this door over here I'm about to show you, just because, again, she's clumsy, and that's where accidents happens with horses. Is they don't realize how big they are, and they could turn and crush you against a wall or something. It's just, that's how clumsy they are. Not that they do it on purpose, but that's where accidents happen, in a closed area. So I would not go in this door. Just stay out of the barn part, especially while she's in there. again, it's not that she would purposely do it. It's just an accident waiting to happen because she's just that clumsy. Alright, so here, and this is the gate, opening up the gate. It's just a piece of chain hanging out here. Wrap it around once and drop it in one of the links. The way to work this gate is you got to put your hand on one of these rails and lift as you walk, and that'll open it up. And then and same with closing it, obviously. And that's about it. Before you let her out for the day, if you do let her out, say around 2 o'clock, usually 4 hours is good for her. She's had her fill after 3-4 hours. If you let her out at 2 and bring her in at 6, that works out pretty good. But anyway, before I let her out, you got to eyeball the fence good just to make sure it's up and tight. Sometimes deer will be coming through here and they'll get tangled up in it and gets all loose, and then Rosie'd see that and she'll get out and terrorize the neighborhood. So just kind of eyeball. You'll know the whole fence will be slack. It's all one continuous piece. They look electric, and it actually is electric wire, but it's not electrified. There's no electricity in it. She just respects it now because when there used to be electricity in it, she knew what happened. So, but there is no electric through it, so you can grab it and lift it up and down if you want to climb through here. It's nothing on it. This is the gate that you're going to be letting her in or out of, so you may come in from the outside, or may come around from the outside and undo the gate so you don't have to deal with her. If you walk through here, she's going to be, in your face, trying to rush you along, and, it's easier just to go around, not have to deal with her. So, when you get to the gate, you're going to go around, and here's where it unhooks from the chain. And so, there's a chain wraps around and drops into a little slot here. It just goes on. That's pretty much the whole deal for that. So you just lift it up. The gate will swing outward towards the field, and then she'll waddle through there and work her way out to the field. And that'll be that. In the evening, again around 6, to get her back in, she'll probably be out here somewhere waddling around eating. The best thing I find is to grab that plastic scooper there that's in her food bin, put like a quarter of a scoop in there, and then bring the cover to the bin with you. And then if she doesn't come over by herself, all you have to do is walk out there with the cover and then that scoop. When you get nearer to her, just pour a good fistful, maybe more, into the cover so that she gets a good taste of it, and let her eat off the cover. And then you can hold it. You don't need to put the cover on the ground or anything. And once she gets a taste of it, she'll follow you anywhere. So at that point, just start walking towards the barn. She may try, getting in front of you, put her face in front of you to slow you down. Just give her another, swig of the food, and she'll forget all about everything else and just follow you. But anyway, that's the deal for getting her back in. Grain is everything with a horse. They'll follow you anywhere with grain. That's the secret. They can't resist it. So, if you want her to do something, just involve a little grain, and you've got her complete attention. So that's the issue there. So if you want her to move or get her to go somewhere, just bring some grain. That's all I could tell you. So anyway, she'll follow you right back. When she gets in, she knows there's going to be grain in the barn already waiting for her. So if you already have it there, it's good. Then she'll just stay in there and eat, and then you can close the gate or do whatever you got to do. And she's going to stay right with the grain inside the barn at that point. And that's about it. Just make sure you close the gate when you're done, and that'll be it for her. Okay, the chickens, the drill with them. The food's down the bottom. That'll probably last a week easily. The eggs are going to be in the nest way over to the left. There's a gold chicken that thinks she's going to hatch them again, but obviously that's not happening. She did hatch some ducks, so she feels lucky about it, but she's not hatching these eggs. Anyway, so just kind of reach underneath her and push her aside or whatever, and the eggs will be there. Usually 2 or 3 a day. Then the rabbit feed goes over here. The rabbit food will probably last a week. Sometimes the rabbit will spill the water, so you got to keep an eye on that, but it's generally not the case. Any scraps like breads kind of things, mainly breads, the chickens will eat. Even the rabbit will eat some breads if you have toast left over or something like that. They eat all that stuff. Any kind of grain products, just throw them out there. Even if you have some old tomatoes, or if you go in the garden and there's some rotten ones, you want to throw them in there. The chickens will eat them too. What else? Oh, for water for the chickens inside should last a week easily, but if it gets low, you may need to put some water in it. It's two pieces, so there's a handle on the top and there's a little groove on the bottom. You basically hold the bottom between your 2 feet and then give it a little turn and then lift, and you'll see the action once you see there's a little notch down the bottom here where the two pieces come together. This top piece slides off, and then there's another piece identical to it inside that you pour the water into. So this is just a cover, this thing you're looking at here. But I doubt you're going to have to touch it unless they knocked it over or it wasn't sitting level and it dribbled out or something. But keep an eye on it. If it's empty, then that's what the drill is. But it should be good. If you do need to bring water up there, the best way to do it is with the quad. These white ones are good with the handle on the top, easy to work with, and I just put them right inside the fender here, and it makes it easy to move them up. The key's going to be in the quad, obviously. The best way to shift it, or the only way to shift it, is to put your foot on the brake on the other side. This is the left side as you're sitting on. On the right side, the foot brake. You hold that down, and then you can shift away. It tells you most everything that's going on the dash, like if you're in reverse, it turns red, and I think 4-wheel drive, it'll tell you whether you're in 4 or 2-wheel. I leave it in 2, it's just easier to steer. So that's about it. Alrighty, well, have fun. If anything comes up whatsoever, just give me a call. I always have my phone with me. 203-231-0366. Alrighty, have fun.